Oh, it's Murphy. Look at that timing. So this is live right now. Murphy from Connecticut. This guy is going to run for president. All right. So just be clear about that. And he's really working hard on it right now. Let's listen to what he asked her.
Has its authority, and I respect that authority. I know you mentioned, or I mentioned, that I'm not an attorney. That being said, it looks like the courts are dealing with that. But what I respect is the fact that it is separate, independent agency, and I think it has a role to play, and I respect that. And as the Department of Labor Secretary, if confirmed, I will take that very seriously.
But do you believe that it's constitutional?
Yeah, I believe that
Time's up.
Well, you can answer that question real fast.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely believe that the NLRB is an important agency, independent, and I will work with the NLRB as we have very different jurisdictions, but we often overlap. And so I think it's important to recognize that it is an important agency, independent, and so forth.
Senator Moody.
Yeah.
Hey.
Chairman Cassidy.
Ashley Moody.
Hello. Congratulations on
Over
your
there on the end.
nomination. Thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
I wanted to follow up on something my colleague, Senator Banks, brought up, and you mentioned that you had not had a conversation about this, but I'm hopeful that you have paid attention to what's been going on and studied what's been happening to so many children throughout our nation, especially over the last 4 years. It is common knowledge now, it is not a political opinion, that under the Biden administration, hundreds of thousands of minor children flooded into our country. Many were forced into labor trafficking, working many hours a day, even undercutting American wages, but to the detriment of many of these children. Some were injured, some died. It was heartbreaking. As a mother of a child that is around the same age that some of these children were forced into this labor, I find it appalling that more people were not speaking out about this, and certainly unacceptable that we had an administration that was not talking about this every single day when these horrors were taking place in our own country. Florida was so upset about it, we kept asking routinely for more information from the administration so that we could monitor what children were in our state and care for them and account for them. We even launched a grand jury investigation. I just wanted to quote for you what that grand jury found. And again, this is community members, not politically driven. The Biden administration forced migration, sale, and abuse of foreign children. This process exposed children to horrifying health conditions, constant criminal threat, labor and sex trafficking, robbery, rape, and other experiences not done justice by mere words. And the challenging part here is, as we've uncovered more and more instances of this, it appeared that the Department of Labor was not engaging and expecting the same type of transparency that many of the states were, even though the Department of Labor had the responsibility and authority to enforce some of this stuff. And when we tried to get Biden administration representatives to come and testify and give us information and provide documents, we were repeatedly obstructed from doing that. And in fact, they responded to one of our requests that they show up by saying the state had failed to show how it was in the interest of the agency.
Waiting for a question.
When all we were seeking to do was to fight in the interests of the tens of thousands of lost children. And so I will ask you, if you are given this enormous responsibility, do you commit to doing everything in your power to enforcing the child labor laws and working with the states that so desperately want to protect the children in their states, that believe they have the responsibility and the ability to do that?
100%, Senator. As I mentioned, what has happened over the last 4 years has been horrendous. It is not something that the United States should stand for. And again, it is not a political issue. This is protecting children, and we should not ever allow that to happen in this country. And I 100% commit to you that I will work with you, your office, and any other office in order to protect those children and understand that we should never accept this in the United States.
There was some words recently promoted in a memo by President Trump and his administration, radical transparency. And I think that is essential in moving forward from these agencies so that the people understand what is taking place in their country under their noses, because we know any power that rests in this government rest with the consent of the governed. And I think as we are waking up to what has been happening, many are saying we never gave that consent. And we as a Congress need to hold the agencies accountable to that. I want to now direct your attention to right to work laws in states that have chosen to.
All right. So that's happening there today.